Yo, what's up? I want to do a preview of WWE Night of Champions. Give my thoughts on it, of some of the matches, so on and so forth. Um, to me, Night of Champions, the card itself, the pay per view card, as well as the build, has been better to me than SummerSlam, hands down. Um, Now, the pay per view can still bomb, but as far as the build and the matches that we have, it looks like a better show than SummerSlam. I'm not necessarily complaining about that because I think WWE, they need to do something to keep the fans interested and in tune to the product. Not just when it's Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam season, but you need to keep fans in tune and interested, throughout the entire year. If they want to keep their ratings up, post, the post, the big pay per views. Um, so I do, am really glad that they have the ways that they're having these matches and stuff at Night of Champions. Um, so first off, I'll just kind of talk about some of the obvious matches. Kevin Owens versus Ryback for the Intercontinental title. Um, Loving it. I really hope to God Kevin Owens beats Ryback for the Intercontinental title. Ryback's had the belt now for Jesus, maybe 3, 4 months, maybe. Most of the time since he's had the belt, he's been away due to injury, and he's barely defended it. But still, I think it's time to give Kevin Owens that gold. I think Kevin Owens, he needs a boost. Since his loss to Cena and him kind of went down a few notches, his feud with Cesaro, the next best thing is for him to be the IC champion. I think Kevin Owens needs it. So KO as new IC champ for me. In terms of the tag team titles, New Day versus 3D or the Dudleys. Dudleys now back since they're back in WWE. Um, I don't know. I think I don't think the Dudleys would win. It would surprise me if the Dudleys end up winning, considering that they came back, like 3 weeks ago, and WWE gives them the tag titles like that. Because it wasn't just, for just as soon as the Dudleys came back to the WWE 3 weeks ago, it wasn't that long ago that New Day won the tag titles. I'd be shocked if the Dudleys come out with the tag team titles this soon, after their return for so many years. Um, it wouldn't surprise me if they lost because I kind of see the Dudleys maybe chasing New Day for the tag titles for a bit. I think New Day may end up winning this, coming out as cheating or whatever. Because at the end of the day, you have Xavier Woods, and that's an extra advantage. So I think, I think New Day may end up winning. But again, I wouldn't be surprised, nor would it upset me if the Dudleys won. But I think the Dudleys are going to chase them for a while for the tag titles. I don't see them getting it this soon. Um, then you have the 3-on-3 tag match. You have the reformation, thank God, of the Wyatt family versus basically you can say Shield 2.0. They're just missing the third man, and they're not addressing them as the Shield, but it's really the Shield 2.0. Um, this is a feud that to me kind of started off as being I didn't really particularly care for, to now it's got my interest. Ever since they've added Braun Strowman into the Wyatt family, it's got some buzz for me. Braun Strowman is perfect fit for the Wyatt family. He's just a big colossal monster. Um, Even his wrestling style, it's very old school. When I'm saying old school, I'm talking like NWA 1970s old school. He's built like that, and his wrestling style is very old school, and I like that because it's pretty refreshing to see an old school kind of monster of a wrestler guy with his style, in today's generation. So I like that. So adding him into the mix, I think, has really made things interesting for me. And most importantly, I think Roman Reigns has been improving since he's been in this feud. with the Wyatt and teaming up with Dean Ambrose. It gives Dean Ambrose something to do. It's putting some fire. At the end of the day, what I mostly enjoy about this feud, um, with the addition of Braun Strowman, is that it gives all these guys something to do. Because we can all easily say Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, and even Roman Reigns to a degree, they were all kind of floundering around, for a good 4 months. It wasn't until SummerSlam that these guys, feud began to build, and so I really like the way that things are going with this feud here. But it's really a 3-on-3. We don't know who the third man is for Shield 2.0. There was that thing that got leaked of Baron Corbin. I hope that it's not Baron Corbin, because to me, Baron Corbin needs a lot more work in NXT before he gets called up to the main roster. One of my brother-in-law threw out the possibility, what if it's Batista? What if it's Batista? Which I thought that wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think anyone thought about Batista, including myself, but he threw it out there, Batista. That would be cool if Batista ends up being the secret, the secret opponent, or the secret guy to work with Ambrose and Roman. Who do I think is going to win this? I kind of think the Wyatt family needs to get it, because they lost their last match at SummerSlam. So I think they need to keep the Wyatt family, with the addition of the new member. They need to keep them fueled and give them something to do. So I say the Wyatt family get over at Night of Champions. That's just me. I think they need it. Charlotte versus Nikki for the Divas title. Bull crap last night on Monday Night Raw. Absolute bull crap. AJ's streak should not have been broken. Or if AJ's streak was going to be broken, I'd rather her streak to be broken by a Sasha Banks, a Charlotte, or a Paige, but not a Nikki Bella. No. Bull crap. Whatever. Charlotte against Nikki this Sunday. Got to go with Charlotte. Woo! What's another match we got on there? John Cena versus Seth Rollins for the United States title. I think Seth Rollins needs to get over on this, hands down. I don't think John needs to win. I think Seth needs to beat John Cena. Now, the outcome of this match, I think, will have heavy repercussions on the main event, which I'm going to get to now, and then I'll double back for the U.S. title. As for the main event, which I'm looking forward to the most, Sting versus Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. I think Sting needs to get this. Yes, he's a part-timer. Yes, he's past his prime. But WWE screwed themselves over when they had Sting lose his first match at WrestleMania to Triple H due to political BS. I think a lot of fans can see right through that. Sting needs to win the title, because if you lose your first match and then turn around and then lose the world title, which is probably the next best thing for Sting since his WrestleMania match, and then it's like, really, what's the point of bringing Sting in other than to just use him for merchandise sales? Really, what's the point of bringing him in? So I really think Sting needs to win this match. Now, doubling back to the U.S. title, to keep Seth Rollins going, I don't think Seth Rollins needs to be stripped of both belts. Let him beat John Cena, prove he's the man, keeps the U.S. title, but he loses the world title. That way, Seth isn't stripped of everything. He still has some momentum. He still has some gold. He still has something he can leave with. It may not be the top-notch prize, which he owns, which is the world title, but he has something. He's not leaving Night of Champions empty-handed. And on top of that, it gives him a boost going forward into the main event, because he's like, hey, I beat John Cena, so I know I can beat Sting. So it gives him a boost going into the main event. I am going to strongly believe I'm calling shenanigans on the main event. Something's going to happen. The Authority's going to try to interfere. Big Show. Kane may make a return, which wouldn't surprise me. JJ Security, someone's going to interfere. Something's going to happen. I don't see this being a clean, straight up fight. I think this is going to be a Triple H Sting WrestleMania repeat where they're going to just throw in a bunch of guys to cause shenanigans for the outcome of the match. Whether Sting wins or loses, this match is going to have shenanigans because for some reason WWE doesn't trust Sting and his physical shape at his age to think that he can still go. I don't know what do they think. I mean, Sting to me is in a better shape as a wrestler at his age, more so than Hulk Hogan was back in 2002, more so than Ric Flair was at his age, more so than even the Undertaker, who is a couple of years younger than Sting, at least by 5 years. I think Sting's in a better physical wrestling shape for his age, and yet they don't think he can go. So I think they're gonna do something to kind of like maybe hide that, even though I don't think it's true. But this is just my thoughts on the pay per view. I think it's gonna be a solid pay per view. I'm excited for it. Again, like I said, I'm more excited about this pay per view, and I think the matches look better and everything, and even the build for this pay per view has been better this SummerSlam to me. You guys let me know what you think about Night of Champions. What are your predictions? Do you agree or disagree with some of my opinions? Want to hear them in the box below? Comment, subscribe. Peace.